So as someone who works in data and analytics and machine learning and data science and the like, we'll be heavy on those topics today, of course, and maybe spend some time on robotic process automation if that's an area you can speak to as well.
Sure.
So let's dive in. So if we look at, all of the sectors are down, right? So spending is down across the board. There's no sector that has made it out alive. But I guess maybe a good way to organize this is let's think about the data and analytics pipeline. So maybe starting at the beginning, the data management and databases and data warehouses and so on. Maybe let's talk a little bit about some of the tools that you have in place there and what choices you've made about some of these vendors and why. And maybe we'll
Sure.
kind of expand along the pipeline there and end up with data science in the end. So yeah, let's talk about database and data warehousing. So give me a sense of the kind of tools that you have in your company and how it came to be that those were the ones you chose.
Yeah. No. So the funny part is, I'm looking at the vendor position chart right now and thinking, oh my God, we've got so many of them, right?
Yeah.
So and partially again because again, as companies who acquire other companies and that's a major source of their growth, as you would expect, you've got your legacy systems all over the place, right? So so I would say that is definitely a problem we're trying to solve, right? Which is even from your mainframes, from your Oracle to Teradata to everything, right? To your
Yeah.
SQL servers, right? A lot of data scattered all across, and that is a problem we're trying to remediate for sure. But I again looking at this chart right here, right? I think one of the things we are also trying to do is consolidate them, right? So
Mhm.
not have 20 data ponds, but maybe 2 data lakes,
Okay.
right? Which can be used for which again improve the efficiency of everything, right? From our analytics to insights to everything. So so that is definitely one of our focus, a key focus in the company right now.
Mhm.
And in terms of our preferred vendors, Snowflake, which I see right here, and AWS, those two are kind of our preferred vendors as well, right? So
Mhm.
we are trying to build our lakes in Snowflake, right? Consolidate, put all that data in one place here, right? And then obviously on top of that, we're looking at building our analytics layers and analytics capabilities for the entire organization. But yeah, so that remains a key initiative that is continuing, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Without going away. And then I would say, 5 years down the lane, if I was to look at the vendor positioning in my company, right, probably the biggest chunks would be in AWS and Snowflake and much less, right? Especially all the legacy data warehouses and databases
Mhm.
that are all over the place right now. I think we would have, we would be talking of decommissioning them or would have decommissioned them by then. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
definitely the plan.
Yeah, excellent. So you've got a number of moving pieces, right? So consolidating on a couple of cloud native players, and trying to decommission or get away as much as possible. It's hard to imagine a company ever getting fully away from on-prem,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to get rid of some of these legacy systems. So you mentioned some of those. You said Teradata. Now we've broken out Teradata a couple surveys ago between their cloud product Vantage, and their on-prem kind of legacy system. Are you talking about the on-prem, or do you actually have
I am.
Vantage too? You are,
Yes.
okay.
No, I am talking. So when it comes to, I know right now, the Oracle or SQL Server, Teradata, right? You can build all of them on cloud as well. But
Mhm.
no, I'm talking about the on-prem instances, which is what we have, and especially for a company like Medtronic, right? So we have different manufacturing plants across the globe,
Mhm.
right? And so each manufacturing plant has a lot of uh, you know, uh, decision making and flexibility in terms of even choosing where traditionally, right? Not right now, but traditionally, they could choose what database they wanted, right,
Mhm.
for the data. And so, and that's why for a company like ours, we see that much, a lot, right? We see that scattered around databases a lot.
Mhm.
Of course, the intent is to get away from it.
Yeah. And trying to get people to use Snowflake as sort of the main landing ground, or AWS. Is this Redshift, RDS? What is it in AWS, or is it multiple pieces?
It is multiple pieces, but yes, I mean, I think we want to land a lot of things in Snowflake.
Sure.
Um, and then similarly for AWS has some good solutions uh, which are kind of custom for a manufacturing plant, right?
Right.
Which enable to get us to our digital factory floor, right? Vision of the future. So So we are right now we are landing a lot of things in Snowflake, but at the same time we are exploring AWS for a lot of that as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna guess here is the AWS really you're tuning it to a lot of your real-time streaming cases? Am I
We
guessing
are.
correctly there?
Yes.
You are, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, when I think of manufacturing, I think of a lot of real-time streaming, and AWS, of course, has I think a leg up, I would say, above the other major cloud players in terms of
Right.
its customizability and ability to deal with that. Okay, excellent. We'll maybe talk a little bit of that in a second. Um, so Snowflake, while we're talking about Snowflake, I'm curious, have you had a chance to do a proof of concept, or I'm certainly aware of Databricks and their lakehouse concept, which they've been kind of making more open and free and trying to lure people into.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be tracking Databricks in the database and data warehousing sector as of next survey. So this is kind of something we'll be able to see apples to apples with Snowflake, especially. But curious to get your thoughts on what you think about Databricks and how it's kind of entering this sector, this space, in the lakehouse concept. It's not just a machine learning, data science type tool, but is now kind of making its place in data management, and some recent partnerships with Matillion now. So interested to kind of get any feelings on Databricks if you have any experience proof of concepting them or deploying them.
We have, so yeah, we've actually, now we have adopted it, right? So we are already,
Okay.
Snowflake is part of our company architecture, and it's very much in now, right? And like I was saying, a lot of projects going on to move that data into Snowflake, right?
Mhm.
Centralize it and move into Snowflake. But no, to answer your question, yes, we have conducted proof of concepts on Snowflake. Obviously, cost benefit analysis in terms of, what if we keep our data scattered versus in one place, right? And the flexibility and the robustness that Databricks offers, right? That was something that was considered. So yes, proof of concepts have been done in the past, right? And my team was more of an influencer, right? So we do, in our company, analytics and IT is actually separate, right? We do have them separate. So IT is owning a lot of this movement, right? This long-term vision in terms of the architecture we want in our company. IT owns them, but obviously as users, right, as one of the main users of these systems and the data, we influence them. So did that answer your question?
Yes, yeah, it definitely does. And so it sounds like so IT is controlling the technical kind of moving of data to certain places, but really it's the
Correct.
analytics business is really business focused.